After 2 nerve-wracking months of watching my stock portfolio explode, I cashed out a whopping $100 million. My heart pounded with excitement as I called my wife and son, telling them I'd be home this afternoon. I had big news, the best news to share. My wife's voice on the phone was oddly flat. "You're sure you're coming home today?" "Absolutely. Sweetheart, I promise the news I'm bringing home will be the biggest surprise ever." She chuckled. "Okay, then I've got a big surprise for you too." I couldn't wipe the grin off my face the entire drive home. I pictured my wife waiting with a huge dinner spread just for me. They'd be ecstatic when they found out how much I'd made. But when I pulled up to the house, I saw a pile of stuff by the front door. A closer look. It was all my stuff? My son Leo was actually throwing my clothes out onto the lawn. "Leo, what on earth are you doing?" I asked, utterly bewildered. Leo looked up, saw me, and sneered. He even let out a cold huff. "Mom told me to throw all your junk out." My brows furrowed at his words. I rushed inside, desperate to ask Veronica what in the world was going on. The moment I stepped in, I saw a table laden with food, and my wife, Veronica, was leaning into another man's arms, beaming. I knew him. Damien, her supervisor from work. It hit me like a ton of bricks. My head immediately swam with rage. "Veronica, what the hell do you think you're doing?" I roared, my voice shaking. Veronica rolled her eyes at me. "Asher, are you brain dead? Can't you see what's happening? Obviously, I found a better man and I'm kicking you out. A penniless loser like you? Anyone who sticks with you is doomed. You didn't actually think I'd be loyal to you for life, did you? Damien is a supervisor at his company. He has a brilliant future ahead. You, a broke deadbeat, couldn't even compare." She finished smug, pulling Damien even closer. Damien grinned victoriously, looking down at me with utter contempt. He looked like the cat who got the cream. I gasped for air, clenching my fists. "How long have you been cheating on me behind my back?" "I'll tell you the truth. Damien and I have been together for a year. Now that he's finally divorced, I'm divorcing you to marry him." A suffocating feeling tightened in my chest. I'd worked so hard, all to give my wife and son a better life. I'd volunteered for a tough assignment, surveying terrain in a remote, harsh location. Day and night, I dreamed of making enough money to provide that cozy family life I'd always dreamed of. I'd been out there enduring wind and sun, busting my butt, and my wife had been in here, having an affair and turning me into a complete cuckold. "Fine, if you want a divorce, we can divorce, but Leo comes with me." I took a deep breath, forcing the words out. "A woman who betrayed me? I didn't want her anymore." But then my son Leo screamed at me, "No! I don't want to go with you." Leo was 14 this year. I thought he was old enough to understand. "Leo, don't worry. I promise I'll still be a good dad to you after your mom and I split." Leo just gave me a look of disgust. "Seriously? Who'd want to be with you? Mom's marrying a supervisor, he makes hundreds of thousands a year. Look at you, just a pathetic nobody, barely making enough to scrape by. Mom already said she's taking me with her after the divorce. Uncle Damien will be my dad from now on. You're nothing. Don't ruin my bright future. Right, Dad?" Leo practically fawned over Damien, calling him Dad with a big smile. Veronica chuckled, patting his head. "That's my son. He knows how to play his cards right. A broke deadbeat like him really doesn't deserve to be your father." I stood there, feeling like all the blood in my veins had turned to ice. I thought Leo was just upset about the divorce, but it turned out he actually looked down on me, wanting Damien as his father. It felt like a knife twisting in my chest. "Leo, I have money. I can still give you a good life too." The moment I said that, all three of them burst out laughing. "Asher, how can you even say that with a straight face?" "I have money? I know exactly how penniless you are." Veronica scoffed, a sneer plastered on her face. "Exactly. My new dad already promised to buy me the latest phone. That's probably something you'd struggle to afford, isn't it? But even if you did buy it, I wouldn't recognize you anymore. Mom says you always upgrade when you can, and I'm going with her to live the good life with my new dad." "Don't be a roadblock!" Damien smirked, looking at me. "Buddy, no offense, but a man needs to be capable. It's only natural for an incapable man to lose his wife and child. If you want to blame anyone, blame yourself for being useless." My wife nodded. "Damien's right. Asher, I've already prepared the divorce papers.